Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all the best money methods you should be doing this week in GTA 5 Online to earn yourself millions and millions of dollars very easily. In total, I'm going to be showing you 4 different money methods all in this one video. That being said, if you're going to enjoy, please don't forget to go down below and drop a like on it for me. But now let's get into the very first money method. Okay, so for the first money method, this one literally any player can start up and do in GTA 5 Online and make lots of money and RP from. So if you want to do this, simply open up your pause menu, go over to online, then click jobs, then play job, then Rockstar created, and then go down to where it says races, and you'll see all of the drag races as well as all of the drift races will be paying double money and double RP. And these both pay basically the same amount of money, so start up whichever one you want. I personally like the drift races more. So the drag races are only 1 lap each, so you don't really have to do anything for the settings except start it up. But for the drift races, you want to make sure you put the number of laps set to a decent amount, which as you can see right now, I'm going to be setting it to 7 or 8 laps. And that is usually the sweet spot. Around 7 or 8 laps is how many laps you want to set every single one of these drift races to if you want to make the most possible money from them. If you have never played a drift race before, this is definitely the week to be trying them out, especially because they are paying double money and double RP the entire week. But either way, the drift races are probably my favorite type of races, only because they are not based on you just coming in a high position. They are only based on you performing really good drifts. And the best way to perform really good drifts and score really high points during these drift races to make sure you win these races is pretty simple. So as soon as you start holding your drift, you want to make sure that you hold that drift for as long as possible, because as long as you are holding the drift, you're going to be scoring yourself points at the very bottom right corner of your screen. And the longer that you hold that drift without crashing is going to be adding to your multiplier at the bottom right as well. So the amount of multiplier that you get is going to increase the longer that you hold the drift and also are not crashing. So if you were to hold a drift for a really long time, you could eventually get to 5 times the amount of points that you will be getting as long as you are holding that drift, which is really good. And that is why you need to make sure that once you are drifting that you try to hold it as long as possible without crashing, of course, as well. That way you get that multiplier. And by the very end of the entire match, here's exactly how much money you're going to be getting paid as long as you got the most points, because the most points gets first place. Anyway, here's exactly how much money I got paid. As you can see, I got first place. I was in here for 16 minutes. Here's how much money I got paid, $32,000. And then take a look at the RP. It's also not too bad, 6,200 RP. Now keep in mind, I was only in this race with 3 other people, which is the reason I got paid this amount of money. Because take a look here, this is another drift race that I finished in first place, but for this one I got paid $51,000 and also 10,000 RP. And the reason that I got so much more money is because in the last drift race I only had 4 people, but in this one I had 8 people. So the more people you have in these races is going to equal the more money that you will end up getting, so definitely keep that in mind. Make sure that you at least this week win 2 drag races or 2 drift races or 1 of each, because as long as you win 2 races this week, you're going to be earning yourself a free $100,000, because that is this week's weekly challenge, so make sure you definitely complete it. Okay, now getting into the next money method, I am now going to show you how to make $251,000 in only 1 minute. Yes, if you want to do this, all you need to do is simply open up your pause menu and come over here to this exact location where this week's HSW time trial is located at, over here at East Vinewood. Once you get over here, call out your fastest HSW vehicle, and once you are inside of it, simply drive it on top of the HSW time trial and click right D-pad. Now stay still, but open up your pause menu, then go all the way over here to the left where the checkpoint is at and mark it. Once you've marked it, drop your pause menu, open up your phone, click where it says job list, and then exit out of the time trial just like so. Now whenever you are ready, click right D-pad to start the time trial, and from here simply go all the way down straight this road. Once you go all the way down, before you cross the bridge, you actually want to stop and then go down this left part of the bridge all the way down onto this part of the freeway. Once you are on this part of the freeway, all you need to do from here is simply follow the waypoint exactly as it shows you on your map, making sure you try your best to go as fast as possible, also while trying your best not to crash. And as long as you did those 2 things, and don't worry, you should have had no problem, because this week's HSW time trial location is really easy to drive over to. But once you do beat it, here is exactly how much money you will be getting paid. As I said, $251,000 for only 1 minute and 11 seconds of simply driving over to a destination. Getting into the third money method, this one is going to be another one that literally any player can start up in GTA 5 Online and make lots of money and RP from. If you want to do it, simply open up your pause menu, go over to online, then click jobs, then play job, but this time click community community jobs, and you'll see in the stunt races section and also all of these sections, there's a whole bunch of new community series jobs this week. And all of these jobs are paying triple money and triple RP the entire week, but I personally recommend doing these stunt races because these stunt races pay you the most possible money when doing these. Make sure that once you do load into the community series job race though, that you set the number of laps set to a decent amount of laps. The amount of laps that I like to set it to is anywhere from 6 to 8 laps. Anyway, from here, just try to get as many people in the race as possible with you because of course, the more people that you get, the more money that you will end up getting paid. When it comes to doing these community series job races, since they are brand new, it gives you a better shot at coming in a high position during these races because unlike the drift races, these races do matter that you come in a high position because only the first, second, third, and fourth place positions during this race are going to be earning the most possible money. And honestly guys, if you can't come in top 4 during these races, don't even bother doing this money method. It's really only worth it if you can come in top 4. A couple tips to help you come in a high position during these races is of course to make sure that you are a good racer during these races. So make sure you try your best not to crash and also try your best to get as many speed boosts as you can from people in front of you, and also have a custom vehicle if you can use a custom vehicle during these races. Because trust me, having a custom vehicle is almost always the reason that you come in a high position during these races because not everybody does have a custom vehicle, meaning if you do have a custom vehicle, you are going to be in front of every single other person in this race who does not have one. And as you can see, I am definitely using a custom vehicle during this race right here. Anyway, cutting straight to it, here is exactly how much money I got paid after finishing in first place. As you can see, I finished in first. I was only in this race for 12 minutes, which is less than the other race. And take a look at how much money I got paid, $68,000. And take a look at the RP, 13,000 RP, which is very, very good. And that's why I said you should definitely be grinding these community series jobs this week as they are paying triple money and triple RP because they are paying very good money and also even better RP. Okay, so getting into the last money method, I am now going to be showing you how to earn $101,000 in only 1 minute. If you want to do this, simply open up your pause menu and come over here to this exact location where I am on the map where this week's regular time trial is located at, over here at the very bottom of Mount Chiliad. Once you get over here, call out your fastest motorcycle that you own and then drive it on top of the time trial and park it exactly how I did right here on the very edge of the circle. Once you're ready, click right D-pad to start the time trial and then follow exactly where I am going here. So straight forward in between these two mountains and then follow this trail and then start going up the mountain on the left side. Once you go all the way up this mountain, simply go straight forward up the next mountain or like little small hill. But once you go up, now what you need to do is follow exactly where I'm going here. So up this other hill all the way onto this other side of this mountain. Once you're on this mountain, now simply go straight up it all the way up to this trail. Once you are on the trail, follow exactly where I'm going, so all the way up this trail. But once you are at this part here, be very careful and bank off this rock, and it should put you on the very top of the mountain where you can finally beat the final destination. And once you do beat it, here is exactly how much money you get paid. As I said, $101,000 for only 1 minute and 7 seconds. Anyway, that is now going to be the end of today's video. Those are going to be all of the best money methods you could be doing this week in GTA 5 Online to earn yourself money very fast and also very easily. I know these money methods aren't like super overpowered money methods, but that being said, I did just make a video last week going over the hangar business, which can actually make you $3.7 million every single sell mission, and that is not even being double money and double RP, that is just normally. So if you would like to see that video, make sure you click the video that you see on the very middle of your screen right now. But until next time, I will see you all in my very next video. Peace.